Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to this... I don't even know what day it is. I'm on vacation, guys. Wednesday? Let's say Wednesday edition of the ProBoh Show. I realize most of you will be listening to this on a Thursday morning. How are you doing out there, friends? A big hello to all of you joining me live. Eugene, The Bridge, Vero, Pedro, Carmen. Oh, God, so many of you. So many of you. Still waiting for a lot of you to say hi in the chat. That's our live audience joining us on twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Well done to you guys. We love you. We love you. And a big special thank you to all of those of you downloading the podcast, joining me on Patreon, even the ones that are joined for free. I still love you guys. Less than the paid people. Well, I'm joking. Psychedelic Christmas. Yeah, for those of you not watching the show live, God bless you. Yeah, we have a psychedelic Christmas decoration bonanza going on in the background. Hope you're enjoying it, guys. Oh my God, do I have a show for you. In today's 100 Humans, I asked them about things you shouldn't talk about over a family dinner. It's Christmas coming up. We all have that uncle. So what are the things you should not talk about over family dinner? Cosas de las que no se debe hablar en una cena familiar. Oof, that was terrible. Cosas de las que no se debe hablar en una cena familiar. That almost rhymes. I thought it only was a cocktail, says Vera. Eugene has an answer. We'll get to that in the second half of the show. There are a few there. You guys did good work with these. In today's Complete the News, we'll find out why Kim Jong-un was crying and what Daddy Yankee is going to be doing now he's retired from reggaeton. Daddy Yankee has retired from reggaeton. Now we just need every other reggaeton artist to retire. And then we'll be done, friends. Reggaeton, official music of breaking terrorists in Guantanamo Bay. He didn't know that, but there you go. All right, and in today's unpopular opinion, falling in line a little with today's 100 Humans, today's unpopular opinion is political beliefs are not important when selecting a partner. Woo! Listen to that. I used the word selecting like we have anything to do with that choice. Okay, la tecnología. No, that's not right. Oh God, the translation elf took the morning off. Political beliefs. Would you say creencias politicales? Las convicciones políticas no son importantes a la hora de elegir pareja. Más o menos. People going past my door are seriously worried about me sitting here laughing hysterically. And we love you and appreciate that.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
That's what we're all about, guys, sharing a few laughs. Vero says, I think he's already Grandpa Yankee. Daddy Yankee. I mean, come on. I hate reggaeton with a passion, man. It's just all good news that he's retired. So yeah, political beliefs are not important when selecting a partner. A juicy piece of unpopular opinion. Did get a lot of messages online about that one. We'll read those as we get into the show. Okay, well, tell you what, friends. I'm here. You're here. Santa Claus has been. We've got the Christmas decorations. Let's see what's going on in the world today, shall we? Okay, I know you're getting sick of the AI news. Okay, only one piece of AI news as far as you know today. So here it is. Meta, IBM, create an industry-wide artificial intelligence alliance to share technology. Not just Meta and IBM, I believe there are other organizations a part of this. This is coming from Bloomberg. So Meta y IBM crean una alianza sectorial de IA para compartir tecnología. So coming from Bloomberg, Meta Platforms and International Business Machine Corp, IBM, in case you didn't know what that stood for, have joined forces with over 40 companies and organizations to form an industry group called the AI Alliance. This alliance is dedicated to open source artificial intelligence work with the goal of sharing the technology and minimizing risks. The AI Alliance will concentrate on the responsible development of AI, including safety and security aspects. It aims to increase the availability of open source AI models as opposed to proprietary systems. You can read in brackets there, OpenAI, because they are a proprietary AI company. So as opposed to proprietary systems, and plans to develop new hardware and collaborate with academic researchers. Okay, great. If we take this at face value, great, putting things into open source, working on things like safety, reducing risks. I'm all for that. But before we go sending up fireworks and praising these guys, let's read the fine print, shall we? I'll be interested in seeing how this develops. Okay, let's continue. Get this. Oh God, I found out about this yesterday. PlayStation is erasing 1,318 seasons of Discovery TV shows from customer libraries. Let's get dig into that. PlayStation borra 1,318 temporadas de programas de Discovery de las bibliotecas de sus clientes. Okay, so if you own a PlayStation, a while back, they allowed you to buy content, TV shows, movies and things. You could download them to the PlayStation and watch them as and when you felt like it. Well, this piece of news coming from Ars Technica, Sony has announced that all Discovery content purchased from the PlayStation Store will be removed. What? Yeah, just in case, we've laughed. I've often laughed at people who buy media still, like CDs and DVDs. What are you buying it for? It's all on Netflix. And then something like this happens, and I think, okay, now it starts to make sense. So the store removed from customer libraries before the end of 2023. Jeez Louise. Give people a bit of time, will you? This decision, linked to content licensing arrangements, affects 1,318 seasons of various TV shows. Notable titles include Mythbusters, Shark Week, and Say Yes to the Dress. I was going to go ahead and say, if you watch those TV shows and you paid for them, you deserve it.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
You deserve it. Watch better TV. Says the man who's just binge-watched 2 seasons of Gold Rush Alaska, whatever. Let's see. Grandpa Eugene, says Eugene. I think the bridge here is asking why. Why have they done this? Well, because of licensing agreements. So Discovery, after the merger, the post-Discovery Warner Brothers merger now, I guess they're trying to entice people over to Discovery Max, and having their content spread over other platforms is not to their benefit. Here's the thing, though. I mean, if you purchase content on the PlayStation Store, you didn't think you were renting it for a prolonged period of time. In your mind, you're purchasing that stuff. I mean, think about this. Think about the day where licenses started getting pulled from Steam. And if you're a Steam user, Steam is where you buy digital video games, basically. I'm a member of Steam. Most of my video games that I play are on Steam, digitally, virtually. If I ever want to play them, I download them and I play them. What about the day where all of a sudden the makers of my favorite game decide, oh, no, we're not going to be a part of Steam anymore. And all of a sudden that purchase I find out was a rental and it just disappears and I can no longer play it. Are we doing? Have we bet on the wrong horse here by subscribing to services instead of purchasing discs? I mean, much better for the planet, right? We're consuming less plastics, but damn, if they're just going to start pulling licenses, I don't know, man. So let's continue with this news. The PlayStation Store, which began selling TV shows and movies in 2008, ceased these sales in 2021 due to the rise of TV streaming apps. The removal of purchased content has raised concern among users who expected continued access to the shows they'd bought, not rented. Interesting. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't continue. This is not a market trend we're all about to see, because if this happens, I don't foresee more people subscribing to services. But I do see more people buying or going back to buying DVDs and not VHS, but DVDs and the Blu-rays. Jesus Christ, I've never felt as old as I do right now. VHS and cassette tapes. Blu-rays and DVDs, whatever. I mean, DVD technology is too old now, right? DVD is like 480 pixels. It's just, we're used to better now. Rob, you can't be so cruel. Really? Says the Bridge. It wasn't my decision, Bridge. I promise it was the folks at PlayStation. Okay, next and final piece of news today. Really great piece of science news. Here we go. A new catalyst completely breaks down durable plastic pollution in minutes. A new catalyst completely breaks down durable plastic pollution in minutes. Un nuevo catalizador descompone por completo la contaminación por plásticos en cuestión de minutos. Interesting stuff. This piece of news coming from scitechdaily.com. Scientists at Northwestern University have developed a groundbreaking catalyst that can rapidly and completely break down nylon 6, a durable plastic commonly found in fishing nets, carpets, and clothing, without producing any harmful byproducts. This innovative project, which doesn't require toxic solvents, expensive materials, or extreme conditions, can decompose nylon 6 in minutes, reverting it to its original building blocks with a 99% recovery rate. These monomers can then be upcycled into higher value products. So there you go. This is really interesting news. The development of a new catalyst that can completely break down nylon 6, something that's been used in the clothing industry, carpet, fishing net. Brilliant news for those of us conservationists out there. So breaks it down into, well, apparently into non-harmful byproducts that can be upcycled, so that can then be used again in more expensive products. Let's dig in a little further to this news. This catalyst, using yttrium and lanthanide ions. See, you wanted more information and now you're regretting it. Even I don't know how to say these things. Yttrium and lanthanide ions offers a practical solution for environmental remediation and recycling, targeting nylon 6 specifically without affecting surrounding materials, making it highly efficient for processing large volumes of mixed waste. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but a lot of the stuff that we put out to recycle doesn't really get recycled. So this could be a massive advancement for all of us, and especially for the little blue dot that we all call home. Anyway, on that note, friends, let's move on to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
All right, friends. All right. So there you go. Go buy your DVDs and your cassette tapes and your iPods. I feel so old when I'm talking about media. So yeah, and then when you finish with them, you can break them down with this new catalyst, and you know you've caused no damage to the universe. Good for you. Good for you. All right, today's unpopular opinion, today's brain fart, today's pedocerebral, today's pedomental, today's rayada is, it's a good one. Political beliefs are not important in selecting a partner. Oh, God, I've forgotten it again. Goddamn translation elf. You know, I kick him too hard through the day. It takes him a little time to gather his steam. Las convicciones políticas no son importantes a la hora de elegir pareja. Political beliefs are not important in selecting a partner. So, as always, I do put it to my friends on Instagram. And a lot of people voted today. Okay, so I put it to people on Instagram. Ideologías. Thank you, Carmen. Oh, God. That.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
Las ideologías políticas. All right. Well, you know, the translation elf, he does his best. He does his best, folks. All right, so here we go. I put it to the people on Instagram. They said, up to now, 74% false. Yeah, people seem to be saying that no, political beliefs are absolutely important when selecting a partner. I disagree, says Eugene. I disagree, says Carmen. The translation elf is choking, says the bridge. Yeah, he is. All right, so let's pick it apart. So I made this statement and thoroughly tortured the elves. They gave me some pros and cons. Let's get into those now. In the pro column, saying yes, indeed, political beliefs are not important when selecting a partner. Here are the pros, the things agreeing with that statement. Some people prioritize personal qualities and shared interests over political alignment. Qualities like kindness, empathy, respect, and shared life goals can be as more foundational for success in a relationship. How do you feel now, you monsters? No, it's important. He's a Democrat too. He's a Democrat, but he kicks puppies. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, quite right. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, right? There are way more foundational things that are important in a relationship. How much of an importance should political alignment make? Well, that's maybe what we're discussing here. But certainly, I would look for qualities like kindness, empathy, respect, life goals to be more important foundations than political affiliation. Let's get into this some more. Also, in the pro column, relationships can benefit from different perspectives. Being with someone who has different political views can encourage open-mindedness, critical thinking, and a broader understanding of the world. Isn't that true? Can you think of a relationship more boring than one where you agree with each other all the time? I have very little politically in common with most of my friends. Me being, part socialist, part technocrat, part part hippie. I don't hold much in common with the people that I associate with. However, we do enjoy some great, stimulating conversations. Not just about politics, about all sorts of things where we don't necessarily coincide. Not every disagreement has to be an argument. Maybe we should be looking for people who are more patient, better communicators, rather than just share our opinions. How are we supposed to grow as people if we all agree? Next up in the pro column, the emotional and physical connection between partners can be viewed as more crucial than political alignment. Love, attraction, and compatibility are often transcend political boundaries. True story. Like, what about chemistry, dudes? What about chemistry? It doesn't matter how much you love Trump. If the chemistry's right, the chemistry's right. You know what I'm saying? There is something just animal about a physical attraction that then spreads into a more emotional one. There is something kind of uncontrollable about that. Is the problem that maybe we've got too much choice when it comes to relationships? Not a problem of, I need to find the perfect person who shares my voting history over the last 10 years. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a romantic. Okay, final thing in the pro column before you all You all hang me. Couples can focus on what unites them rather than what divides them. Oh, amen to you, elves.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
The elves are on fire today. Focusing on common ground, right? Couples can focus on what unites them rather than what divides them. Many couples successfully focus on shared interests and values that aren't related to politics. Surely the whole political ins and outs and twos and fro's, that is reserved for the first 3 or 4 dates, isn't it? And after that, it gets into the real thing. You know, how is this person with their family? What do they see in their future? That kind of thing. Isn't not giving someone a chance just based on politics really quite naive? Okay, so those are the pro points. Agreeing with the statement that political beliefs are not important when selecting a partner. In the con column, disagreeing, saying no, political beliefs absolutely are important when selecting a partner. Let's get into it. Okay, shared worldview. Political beliefs can often reflect core values and worldviews. For many, sharing similar views on politics is essential for deep, long-term compatibility, ensuring that they align on fundamental beliefs. Quite right. We're not talking about whether that person likes chicken or squeezes the toothpaste from the bottom, right? We're talking about like key core values and belief systems. You know? I would find it immensely difficult to be with someone who I didn't at least align in some part with in my core political beliefs. Next, political beliefs can influence everyday decisions like spending habits, lifestyle choices, and parenting styles. Disagreements in these areas can lead to conflict. Here's where I fall off the argument a bit, right? Because surely once you're in a relationship, conflict management is just par for the course. Should we be trying to evade conflict or learning how to deal with conflict in a more adult way? I don't know. That's, I guess, for you guys to decide. Okay, next in the con column. In today's highly politicized environment, differing political views can create tension, not only within the relationship, but also in interactions with family, friends, and community. It's true. And it's also true that, you know, you kind of tend to be viewed through the lens of the people that you hang out with. It tends to, a lot of my friends tend to be very, or in some way lean to the right side of the spectrum. I'm very much the hippie lefty among my good buddies. Do people who just see us all hanging out, knowing their political alignments, tend to put me in the same kind of category? If I was dating someone who was very, very right-wing, would people look at me as if that's what I was? Or is it just healthy to be exposed to different political ideologies? Final point in the con column. Here we go. Major political differences can impact long-term goals, such as how to raise children, where to live, how to engage with societal issues, potentially leading to irreconcilable differences. Would having different political beliefs lead to irreconcilable differences? To wanting to raise a child in a different way? To the kind of school you send them to? You could make the same argument about religious faith, couldn't you? Me as an atheist, should I not be with someone who believes in a afterlife? Someone who's Christian wants to send their kids to a Catholic school? Should I not? Or is it up to each of us to really be able to give and take, to be adults and realize that not everyone can be perfect? Should we not be focusing maybe more on kindness, empathy, respect, shared life goals, rather than something that has been portrayed in the news recently as the be-all and end-all? Because let's face it, guys, most political beliefs are opinions. And as Grandpa Bo used to say, my friends, opinions, they're like buttholes. Everybody has one and they all stink. Okay, we're getting loads of messages here in the chat. Let's take a look at one or two of those right now. Carmen says, every act is a political act somehow. True story, but yeah, you could say that about a lot of things in life, right? Every act could be considered a religious one. You know, every day we have the choice between two moral, in some kind of a moral spectrum. You could argue that if religion is such a big goal, cultural heritage. Should I only be dating people who are half Polish, half Italian because I was raised in a certain cultural way? I don't think politics maybe hits the nail on the head as most people think. On that note, friends, I'm going to take a very quick break, and you are going to tell me, are political beliefs important when selecting a partner? I maybe don't think it's as important as we like to think, but we'll find out, because that's just one opinion. I'm interested in yours. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ProBoh Show. If you just tuned in, what did you miss? We spoke about Meta, IBM, and over 40 companies and organizations that came together to create an industry-wide artificial intelligence alliance to share technology and, you know, to create or foster safety and security aspects of artificial intelligence. Seems like great news. How much is the rest of the AI industry just trying to catch up with OpenAI? Am I being too cynical? Might be. Then we looked at PlayStation erasing 1,318 seasons of Discovery shows from people's accounts. These people didn't rent these series. No. They bought them and boom, disappeared. Why? Because of a licensing issue. Does this make you wish you were collecting DVDs and Blu-rays like we used to in the past? Or do you think, no, well, if it disappears, it disappears? I mean, it's true. I mean, there are so many things to watch out there, aren't there? I mean, jeez. Next and finally, we looked at a new catalyst that can completely break down durable plastic pollution. The pollution in question, nylon 6, a durable plastic commonly found in fishing nets, carpets, and clothing. So great news for the environment there. And then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, quite a polarizing one. Not so much on Instagram. On Instagram, 75% of people said false. The unpopular opinion in question was, political beliefs are not important when selecting a partner. What was the word that Carmen said? Ideologías políticas no son importantes a la hora de elegir pareja. Okay, so 75% of people said no. Baldy, you're wrong. How did they vote here? We'll get to that in a second. Okay. We went over some pros and cons, but I did get a lot of messages in the chat and on Instagram. Let's go over those right now. Vero said, when you really love someone, you shouldn't worry about their political leanings. After all politicians pursue the same goal, to line their pockets and to stay in office without regard for the citizen who voted for them and put them where they are.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
So goddamn true, isn't it? Power corrupts, man. No matter how well-intentioned you think your politician is, you're basically just voting for the shiniest of two turds all the time. It's not a race to benefit your life anymore, friends. Let's not kid ourselves. It's a race to stay in power. It's like two gangs, two sides of the same coin. You know, which rich person are you going to vote for? Which person who has no absolutely no way of being able to identify with you, their constituents, the way they live their lives. Which person who never has to make the choice between are they going to eat or are they going to heat their homes? Which person of the two who are exactly the same are you going to vote for? Yeah, quite often we feel better because we voted for the most eloquent. Like that makes a difference. I'm going to vote for the most eloquent of the two turds. Oh, do you remember when politics used to be about actual, actionable political things? And it wasn't just about identity, and it wasn't just about popularism. Right, comrades? Okay, Carmen the problem is to stick to a whole set of political beliefs. There's no such thing as an ideal set.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
True story. There is no ideal set of beliefs. You've heard me argue in favor of capitalism. You've heard me argue in favor of communism. You've heard me argue in favor of a technocracy. You've heard me argue in favor of socialism, of all sorts of political ideologies where you can cherry pick good points, And there is no right answer when it comes to politics. There is only an ever-evolving discussion. And I think people forget about that. I'm right, you're wrong. Well, no, the idea here is that we're both wrong, and hopefully we're going to come together to find some kind of a consensus. Isn't that what politics should be about? It used to be. Let's continue. So I said that, it's all about chemistry, isn't it, really? Not about politics. The bridge here says, and physics and biology. Chusky's with us. How you doing, Chusky? Joining us from right here in Spain. I would never be friend of anybody who believes in dictator politics. I mean, dictators have arisen through a few different political ideals, But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. No one wants to be a fascist, right? No one agrees with that. But, I mean, look at what's happening in the States right now. Look at the kind of things that Donald Trump is saying about when he gets into power, and the support he's got. We're actually watching in real time how people are saying, well, no, I would rather just this one person takes the reins, has absolute power. Scary, but you can certainly see how that happens, right? Okay, let's continue on with this. Some fantastic, by the way, guys.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
You guys are on fire tonight. You're on fire. Neither do I, says Eugene, agreeing with Chusky. A friend or a partner is someone you can talk to. Different political beliefs can be a conflict or can cause conflict. It can if both people. So here we get to how I was going to finish off this whole debate. It can if both people are at a level of extremism, whereas they're not willing to listen, right? That's where problems occur. Extremism in all its senses, whether it be political or religious, that's the problem. Not holding a different political belief. Holding a different political belief can be very, very fulfilling. It can be very, very, it can create amazing conversations where there's a to and fro and a mutual learning. Remember when we could do that? When we could disagree politely and just have great conversations? Oh my God. Imagine a world where you had a partner like that. Where you weren't just both agreeing about some political action in the news. Imagine if you had someone at your side that could give you insight into how the other side was feeling in a non-aggressive way. Wow, amazing Christmas tree. Thank you, Chusky. Thank you. We did decorate the studios. When I say we, I mean the elves. They just ran around decorating while I drank a beer. So good for you, elves. Well done. 5 seconds more sunshine tomorrow. Let's continue. Hi, Rob. How you doing? Ravdos. I love talking about politics, says Eugene. Yeah, me too. And like I said, most of my friends and I, we don't align politically in the slightest. And I thoroughly enjoy talking politics with them. You know, they respect where I'm at, I respect where they're at, and we get to have these good, fulfilling discussions. Ravdos, if your political stance is such that you aren't willing to bend, or they're not, it can certainly make for difficult conversations. True story, Ravdos. Yeah. It's not about bending or conceding for me. It's just about hearing that other person. It's just about hearing them and respecting them and that belief. And as long as that happens, there's that respect. Where it's not about trying to convert someone. It's more about, look, this is what I believe. Bridge here says, Rob, I agree. It all depends on the intensity. True story. Imagine the situation where your significant other says, that guy is an idiot and you voted for him. What does that make you? One thing I learned, right? A very close member of my family voted for Brexit. Again, member of my family, so you've got to imagine, from an immigrant heritage, immigrant European heritage, voted in favour of Brexit. And I remember at the time when we were having discussions about it, I adopted a stance of, what you see a lot of your general liberal lefties nowadays, of authority, or you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Leaving Europe would be a disaster. I believe it has been a disaster. And instead, if maybe I'd have just listened, and maybe I would have been a lot less kind of confrontational about that, maybe I would have maybe not changed their mind, but maybe it wouldn't have been such a big deal. I mean, the what's happening in the States with Trump is certainly comparable in my mind to the Brexit debacle. Anyway, let's continue. The Bridge, I know a case where she decided to send her child to a Catholic school and he was 100% atheist. They were divorced, of course. Yeah. You see, here we go. Because I'm not so militant in my atheism, if I was with someone who just needed to send the kid to a Catholic school, I'd be like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I really, I don't care. Let's continue. Guys, we don't live in Russia, says Eugene. You do, Eugene. Religion is different than politics. I'm not sure it is nowadays, Trusky. Trusky says, Trump is the food for the dark side, and we all have a dark side. True story. We do all have a dark side. And the Bridge, I know, but I take it she was right-leaning and he was communist. Okay. All right. Look, let's tie this back up right now. I do have some messages on Instagram. I'll get through those very, very quickly. Nina said, in my opinion, it's about how you connect on a human level. I've dated people with different political beliefs. It's about understanding, respect, and empathy. Well done, Nina.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Alex said, I just vibe with people that get me. If they're into the same music, we're good. Politics, sure, it's important, but not a deal breaker. Okay, cool. Not a deal breaker, not a red flag. And Lena, finally, honestly, how can you ignore politics in a relationship? It's about core values. All right. Okay, so I made the statement that, politics, it shouldn't be a reason. Or it shouldn't be a main motivator when selecting a partner. Political beliefs. And you guys said 57% false. So you agreed with Instagram, but perhaps not so intensely as Instagram. 57% false. Yeah, for me, it's not a question of politics. Look, I could see myself dating someone who was right-wing. Not a fascist or anything, but right-wing. As long as they weren't kind of, indoctrinated to the point where just hearing a different opinion angers people. It seems like a lot of people are in that stage right now. You have a conversation about politics with almost anyone, and it's like you can feel the tension automatically rising. And I love political debate. I love a back and forth. So I really appreciate people who don't necessarily agree with me, but come at it from a very respectful and knowledgeable place. I feel like we're losing a lot of that nuance because it's not about what you believe in politically, whether you're conservative, liberal, whatever you are. You know, whether you're a socialist, capitalist, it's not about that. It's about who you are as a human being. You know, the weight of your soul. Sorry, the weight of your soul. My accent getting the better of me there. Because depending how much your soul weighs will depend on how much respect you have for everyone, whether they agree with you or not. And I think that's the key. Respect, right? On that note, friends, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God, friends. It was a long walk to work today, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Cosas de las que no se debe hablar en una cena familiar.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
You guys didn't say anything, because I'm just giving myself a damn nivelazo. Respect is key always, says the bridge. All opinions are respectable when all facts are respectable. And that's from Chusky. That, Rob, is what is so refreshing about being here. Yeah, I mean, look, just to be free and to be in a respectful environment where all opinions matter. Even though occasionally I do kind of troll the audience. Yeah, no, I do it from a good place. You know, there are not enough sources in the media out there that will openly say, you know what, I don't know the truth. This is all a mess. Let's try and discover the truth together and let's talk, you know. All right. So, things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. As always, I shared it with our friends on Instagram and they had some ideas, my friends. They had some ideas. Let's get into this. All right, here we go. Ravdos here says, political facts are bad for many people, says Chusky. Yeah, they are. I mean, people are too sensitive, Chusky. Okay, Ravdos here says sex. Ravdos says sex. Carmen on Instagram also said sex. Anybody else? No. By the way, thank you to Carmen, Materio Scura, Vero, Anna, Casan, Gemma Racino, MC Via, Eric, Life G17, Pedro, Rekina, Rekena. I can't pronounce that name. Pedro from Instagram, and all the rest of you wrote to me on Instagram with answers for this. So Carmen on Instagram and Ravdos say sex, and Eugene, he just goes there. He says blowjob. We'll count that under the sex umbrella. Is sex there? Yes, it is. Well done. It's not the number one answer, though. It's the fourth most popular answer, with 12 of 100 humans saying sex. Things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Sex. Oh, sore this morning, Mum. Pass me the salt. Sex. Oh, dear. Where are we? Football, says Vero. Football. Did anyone else say football? Gemma Racino said football. Football. Let's say, rather than football, any sports. Because in America, football is that weird variety of rugby played between motorcycle messengers. Football means something different for them. Soccer, football. Sports there. Sports. Something you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Yes, it is. Well done. Sports are there. All right, you've got the fourth most popular answer, and that was the seventh. With how many people? God, I can't see. With a few people. I don't know. Less than 5. I can't see. Google, my Google Sheets is going crazy. Okay. How bad the food is. Things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. How bad the food is, says Ravdos. Is the quality of the food there? No, it's not. It's a great answer, though. It's a great answer. Materia Oscura on Instagram said, a lack of interest in having children. It's not there, but you know there's a story behind that, right? So, Mama Materia Oscura is saying, so when am I going to have grandchildren? Shut up, never. All right, anyway, let's continue. Chronic, anyway, here we have Vero said politics. Politics. Bunch of people said politics here on Instagram. Vero said politics. Anna Kasan said politics. Gemma Racino said politics. And Pedro from Instagram said politics. Is politics there? Of course. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. And with 33 of the 100 humans, it's the number one answer. How do you do those things you do, guys? I have no idea. Well done, politics. 33 of 100 humans said politics. All right. Okay, let's continue. And religion. Let's knock these three out of the running, shall we? We've had politics. We've had sex. Religion. That's also from Vero. Religion. Anna Kasan said religion. Who else? Religion. Gemma Racino said religion. MC Via said religion. Is religion there? Of course it is. Come on. Things you shouldn't talk about of a family dinner. Religion is their second most popular answer, with 17 of 100 humans saying religion. All right, very good. Let's see. Gifts, says Carmen. Gifts. Is gifts there? Something you shouldn't talk about over a family dinner. She's obviously thinking about Christmas there. Don't talk about how crappy the gift that I got you is, please. Gifts. Is gifts there? No, it's not. Oh, it was a good answer, though. It was a good answer. Look, I'm trying to get my elf to translate one of the messages here, and the elf has no idea, so I'm going to have no luck. Curious asparagus. If you can write that in English, I'd be very grateful. No, Rob, he said blow Joe. Not blow job. Okay, my bad. Let's see. Eugene says money. Gemma Racino on Instagram agreed with you with money. So just you two. Is money there? Something you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Money. Is it there? Well done, guys. You people out there, you're kind of experts at this. Let me just say. Okay, curious asparagus. Football players are so soft. Touch them and they fall to the ground and roll about in pain. They are soft. Footballers are weaklings. Footballers are so soft they pretend to be injured. Real men brush off injuries. Jeez, curious asparagus. Who hurt you, man? Did a footballer steal your girlfriend? Chill, my dude. Chill. Let's see. We had money. Well done, Eugene. Footballers was kind of there. Curious asparagus. Well done. Ravdos says farts. You shouldn't talk about farts. Farts there. It's not there. A little bit further up the chat here, the bridge said chronic illness. You shouldn't talk about a chronic illness. Is a chronic illness there? It's not, but health issues is. Well done. Well done, Bridge. I'll give you that one. Health issues. 6th most popular answer, with 5 of 100 humans saying health issues. Some other answers here. Only one other person, and it was a person on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Anna Kasan is the only other person who's gotten this answer, the correct answer. In the chat, I see health problems, drinking habits, elf torturing. Yeah, no, it's safe to talk about elf torturing. Come on. Health problems, drugs, maybe farts can be health problems. None of those are there. But Annika-san, if you're listening to the show, you said talking about other members of the family. Those are your exact words. You shouldn't talk about other members of the families. I read that as saying personal conflicts. You shouldn't talk about personal conflicts over a family dinner, should you? And it's there. Well done. 5th Most popular answer, congratulations, Anna, with 6 of 100 humans saying personal conflicts. Infidelity is a good one you shouldn't talk about. Shouldn't really engage in infidelity either, though, just gay. All right, let's go through the list. For those of you who are watching live, you'll see that on your screen right now. Okay, so I asked 100 humans to name things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Cosas de las que no se debe hablar en una cena familiar. Things you shouldn't talk about over family dinner. Okay, I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. Here are the answers right now. Okay, in position number 7, we had sports, deportes, sports. Don't talk about sports. It's only going to end in tears. 3 of 100 humans said that. It's in 7th place. In position number 6, health issues, problemas de salud. 5 of 100 humans said that one. Well done, guys. In position number 5, personal conflicts. Conflictos personales. Just don't talk about other members of the family, man. Just don't talk about them. Just keep their names. Keep my wife's name out your mouth, to quote Will Smith. Okay, position. No, I'm having too much fun tonight. It's not right. In position number 4, we had sex. Sexo, No, it's going to make it weird with grandma there. Don't talk about sex. In position number 3, we had money. Don't talk about money over family dinners. 14 of 100 humans said that one. Dinero. Well done. In position number 2, religion. Don't talk about religion. Don't bring it up. And finally, in position number 1, God forbid you should talk about politics. Politica. All right, there you go, friends. Let's move on to today's Complete the News.
Complete the news.
Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure over every family dinner I've spoken about at least one of those. Anyway, there you go. Thank you guys again for participating on Instagram as well. It's given us a window for other people who don't get to participate live to participate. So I appreciate you for that. You can join me on Instagram at Professional Bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional. Pero in English, you can also find all the links for all the news that I do on the show on my Patreon, which is also at Professional Bohemian on Patreon. All right. So this is Complete the News. I'm going to give you a real news headline, but I'm going to leave out some important information. You guys in the chat will complete the news using the 3 options I give you. I don't think we have time for Kim Jong-un, sadly. We'll do him tomorrow. There will be another show at this time, by the way, tomorrow. So we don't have time for Kim, so we're going to go straight ahead with Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee retires from reggaeton to devote himself to blank. Daddy Yankee se retira, se jubila del reggaeton para dedicarse al blank. But what is it? What's he going to dedicate himself to? Is it A, Christianity? Is it B, his fashion brand? Or is it C, solving climate change? So Daddy Yankee se jubila, se retira del reggaeton. He's going to retire from reggaeton to devote himself to blank. Para dedicarse al blank. Is it A, cristianismo? Christianity. Is it B, su marca de moda, his fashion brand? Or is it C, solving climate change? Solucionar el cambio climático. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Daddy Yankee, isn't it? All the scientists out there, they've been like, I just wish Daddy Yankee would retire and help us out with this. Such a problem. Drive less gasolina, use less gasolina. Oh, no. I shouldn't have so much fun on this show. All right, the votes are in. You guys, okay, there's a good mix of answers here, but in the lead is C. You believe Daddy Yankee has retired from reggaeton to devote himself, para dedicarse, to devote himself to solving climate change. Solucionar el cambio climático. Are you right? Let's see. A few of you said, only one of you said B, his fashion brand. That was Carmen. And two of you, Eugene and Ravdos, said Christianity. But the majority of you, solving climate change. Let's see if you're right. Okay. So Daddy Yankee retires from reggaeton to devote himself to... It was A, Christianity. I kind of so bad wish it was C. The author of the song Gasolina is retired to devote himself to climate change, to solving it, you know? Because the scientists, what they needed was a reggaeton eye. So Daddy Yankee, the renowned reggaeton artist known for hits like Gasolina and Despacito, has announced his retirement from music, and the world rejoices. No, that's not in the news story. I rejoiced. Devote his life to Christian faith. He made his announcement at the end of his farewell tour in Puerto Rico, expressing that despite his success, he felt unfulfilled until he found fulfillment in his faith. Daddy Yankee, whose real name is Ramon Ayala, plans to use his influence and resources for religious purposes, stating that everything he has is now for the kingdom of Jesus. We need to start a religion, friends. If we're going to make any real money, you and I, warriors, we need to start a religion. And then what we can do is we can just convert and convince every poor musician to retire. We'll be millionaires. Millionaires. Nivelazo from Eugene. Thank you.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
Oh, I wish we had time for the second one, but I will save it for tomorrow, so you can't go anywhere. Tomorrow we're going to find out why Kim Jong-un was crying. We'll find out why he was crying. But that tomorrow, my friends. Today there were so many things you could have done. So many things. An infinite number of things. But instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. What a great show. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.